Hey, I'm 20 years old and I've managed to build a net worth of around $100,000. No rich parents, no crazy crypto luck, no dropshipping empire, just smart saving, steady investing, and living below my means. Here's exactly how I did it. First, I don't want to waste anyone's time. Here's a breakdown of my current net worth. So I have around 55 grand in stock investments, a car worth around 20 grand, 15 grand in the bank, and nearly 10 grand in super. To understand how I did this, let's rewind a bit. So I graduated high school in 2022 when I was 17. During high school, I worked part-time, 6 months at Hungry Jack's, then I worked at a local deli for around 2 years. Not glamorous, but it gave me a decent head start. While living with my parents, this allowed me to slowly build my savings and my super account. I wasn't really a big spender in high school apart from buying a gaming PC setup. You know you have to. I recommend anyone in high school to get a part-time or casual job just so they can start saving and start earning money on the side. If you don't just blow it and invest it, it will snowball massively by the time you're older. By the time I finished school, I'd saved enough to buy myself a brand new Kia. Not the flashiest car, but it was reliable, fuel efficient, had 4 wheels, and got me from point A to B. I paid up front, so no loans, no debt. This is another thing to consider. Never go into debt for things that don't generate income, such as vehicles. They only really lose value over time. The only time I would ever consider going into debt is for investments such as real estate. In high school, I was a bit of a nerd and was good at digital solutions. Luckily, this led to me landing an entry-level IT job straight out of high school, in which I did warranty call-outs fixing computers and laptops. So this job paid me $45,000 a year. This was a huge boost to my income, especially coming straight out of high school. At this time, all my friends were going to university, studying, and I was just grinding, working, getting their bread. It may not seem like much to all of you, but straight out of high school, this was a lot of money for me. This allowed me to save a lot of money. So at the time, I was living with my parents, and I put most of the money that I made from my job into savings and ETFs. And because I was living at my parents, I had no expenses, so it made it very easy. I can't remember exactly, but I believe, after a year of this job, I had around 20 grand. And after sticking with it for about a year, I was 19 years old and moved out of home, renting with one of my friends. I also moved up to a better IT support role, making around $65,000 annually, and that's the current role that I'm in. So this is where I've really made a lot of my money. The amount in my investments in super has really picked up. So using about 25 grand, which I'd saved up, I put it into one stock, a small cap Australian stock on the ASX. It doubled, massively boosting my net worth, making it is what it is today. So the stock I invested in is called LRV. It's basically an antimony gold mining exploration company. So it exploded after the recent American tariffs with China. This is because, well, I guess not really the tariffs. It's more because China banned the export of antimony, and this caused the antimony price to shoot through the roof. And after that, because the antimony the antimony price shot through the roof. So obviously that made the stock price going up, and I put 25k into it, so that really, really boosted my net worth. I'm not really telling you guys to buy LRV. Research it if you want. It's just what I chose. I got really lucky. It was a smart investment, but also there was a lot of luck involved. So, I don't know if I recommend you guys do that. But just do research if you ever want to invest in anything, a lot of research. So my goal in the future is to keep building my wealth so I can achieve financial freedom one day and retire early. Hopefully, I want to do this in my 30s, but we'll see how it goes. And I'm probably just going to keep working unless I get unless I get lucky with a side hustle or something like that, or just get lucky in general. So I'm just going to keep working and putting money into my investments, so hopefully it can snowball my portfolio massively eventually, and then eventually I can just use my investments to live off. And maybe even do that while working part-time. So then I can pretty much be part-time retired, I guess. So basically, in summary, lock in, get a job, live frugally, and make smart investments. And you too can pretty easily achieve similar results, and hopefully one day be financially free. So yeah, that's all for today. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.